Good evening, and welcome to West Ham United. I'm Andy. I thought, as you can see by the title, it was just Q&A with Andy. I just thought, before the football starts, we'll just get in and see if anyone had any questions, really, and we'll just talk about how West Ham season's going, and then go from there. As you can see, we've got a few people in the chat already. We've got Luke Legend. Hope you're doing well, mate. And James from the Anvil. So yeah, no. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and talk about transfers because, as the way it's going, obviously it's very quiet on that front at the minute, and I think we could sit here and do a big book of players who we've been linked with. But what I thought I'd do is talk about our season on a whole, obviously as well, unless any questions come in. So the one thing what I did notice is the amount of goals we've scored. So we've scored the fourth highest in the league. We've scored 41 goals compared to anyone else. The closest one to that is actually Arsenal with 33. So yeah, 41 goals we've scored, and with a striker, maybe we could have scored some more. But no, I'm still impressed with the season. I know a few people have been. Obviously, the result on Sunday was a bit of a kick in the teeth, but as it proved yesterday, Brighton drawing with Chelsea, the league is not. It would have been different. Obviously, getting the draw. Let's have a look. We've got James is in with the first question. Let me have a look and see what he says. What the one thing you have done differently this season? That's a good question, mate. Everyone else in the chat as well, comment and let me know what you would do. I would have changed the system a couple of more times, in my opinion. I'm not going to sit here and obviously say I'm the level of the coaching staff and what Moyes is at, but a couple of games in particular where I think Southampton obviously springs to mind, and even Sunday it's probably because we've lost. Maybe we could have rotated, went to a back five, put Creswell as a centre back because obviously Diop and Dawson were having a nightmare. Maybe an extra body in there could have made a difference, and you never know. Maybe that third goal um, could have been prevented. So yeah, it'll probably have to be that, to be perfectly honest. Changing the system more. Because I think Fornals, I remember, I think it was Leeds away and Southampton away last season. He done a fantastic job as left wing back because you know his energy, his enthusiasm, and the love for the club. So yeah, it probably would have been that really, and maybe seeing Luke sort of mentioned it here, but I've heard rumours today that Moyes just doesn't fancy him. That's the reason. I agree. I would have loved to have seen him more, but it's just a bit of a coincidence. I can't remember what channel who said it, but apparently Moyes said where he was doing a lot of stuff for the Euros. Alex Crowell was the one to watch, and then it didn't happen. So yeah, that did surprise me with that. But yeah, maybe I agree with what I would have done different. Obviously, change the system. Um, it would have, but let's have a look here and see. I've got a couple of other questions as well. Let us know as well in the chat. Anyone else? James, let us know as well. You asked a question. What would you have done different? Hindsight, we look like we paid overpriced for it. Yeah, no, Luke. Vlasic is a touchy subject, and I'm not gonna. I sort of express my views on Sunday. I still think he will come good. To be honest, I know he's been getting a lot of stick, not just from West Ham fans, people in general. But I honestly still think he will come good. Let's have a look here at other comments here. Richard Cox, who's your player of your season so far? Who is who is the player of us? It'll probably have to be Deck again, to be honest, Rich. I think if Zuma was if Zuma was still playing, I think he would probably be a close second to him, to be perfectly honest. And my no, actually, no, scrap that. Sorry, I've missed one important player, Jared Bowen. So my top three would be Declan Rice, Jared Bowen in second, and if Zuma was playing, probably be third. But the third one would definitely have to be. I'm going to probably say. Uh, I probably would say Ben Rama. I probably would say Ben Rama, to be honest. Um, is my third because he has turned games on his head. Obviously, I think uh, Genk away in particular, obviously getting a winning penalty as well. I'm not just saying that because of the Man City game. So yeah, that's a good question. Let everyone else know in the chat as well. Let us know who's your player of the season so far, and I will put them up. Let's have a look here. Has mentality got to change? Yeah, hasn't. I think. I think we just need to be know. I think the mentality has been good though because a couple of times we have been losing games and we've managed to come back and get the results, or especially when we've been playing well and conceded and then gone on to win. But no, I think if mean mentality for the first team, probably not. But I think in the club it is. This is probably going to sound silly as well, but I think no news is good news as well. The fact that the leaks are not coming out, it's got to be that something that stuff's happening in the background, and you never know. Like you said, a certain club could be if this gets leaked, you're not having him. Basically, it could be to do with that as well. Let's have a look here. Oh, Bobby, hope you're doing well, mate. It was good to see you again the other day. Thanks for subscribing as well. Really does mean a lot. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, favourite away day so far this season. Newcastle was really good. Newcastle was obviously I met Jake for the first time there as well. Obviously, the manner of coming behind twice, great goals, perfect start to the season. But I'm going to have to go with Villa away. To be perfectly honest. I've got someone to come and help me out. Mike, how you doing, mate?
Evening. All right, mate. You?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. Yeah, like I said, I'm just doing a little quick Q&A before the football starts, and I've had a couple of questions. Yeah. So a couple have come in already, which we might as well answer this one while it's on here. What's been your favourite away day this season?
Oh, what, this season?
Yeah. You've not probably been to. Okay, that's probably. What's your favourite away performance then? Probably might be you.
Well, I've only been to 2 away games. I went to Man City away and Southampton away. Yeah, so I haven't seen us win away this season yet. But
so you're the curse, are you? Nah.
Well, we didn't lose at Southampton. That was something. No, I think the best away performance for me, favourite one, was Leeds.
You think Leeds, yeah? Yeah, because of the atmosphere and everything as well.
Because of a last-minute winner like that as well, mate. It's so much better, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. My close second was Newcastle.
Yeah.
But first is Villa for me. That Richard's probably done that. Probably Palace, Newcastle, and Villa. So yeah, no, I agree with what you mean with regards to Leeds.
Great atmosphere at Leeds. Obviously, I wasn't there, but you could feel it watching it, and I mean to get one in the last minute like that, was great.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is a question. I've sort of set my answer. If you didn't see it, was the system. That would be what I would have done differently this season. What about you, mate?
Yeah, maybe.
I just said in a couple of games in particular.
You could have changed the system for certain games. I thought there was a couple of times when I thought, maybe you ought to have gone to the back three today, but then it became a thing of what personnel was available then, didn't it? Really, I mean, but there was occasions when we had the personnel and we could have changed the system. So yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and last question from so far is: who is your player of the season so far?
Well, it's got to be Rice, but I mean, Bowen's getting close to him now.
Yeah, no, he definitely is, mate. He definitely is. Dylan's in the building. Hope you're doing well, Dylan. Are you playing tonight? Or I think there's only a couple. I think Reading's playing Luton. Is it Blackburn's playing tonight? I think. Is it Blackburn's playing tonight?
Yeah.
Can't remember who's playing.
You don't want to be playing Fulham at the moment, do you?
I know. Mike from Somerset. Here he is. Dylan's remembered.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Actually, Dylan, I'll let on something now, and I've never let it on in this channel ever, but I'm going to now. This is the first. This is breaking news, Dylan. I was born in your neck of the woods.
Ooh.
My mum is from Cardiff, and then I was born in Abergavenny.
Wow.
There's one for you, mate.
Yeah. And wow, look at that as well. 3 years ago today, Cardiff signed Marnio. Wow, that's gone quick, isn't it? The airplane crash. That's gone well quick. I remember that. Wow. Dylan, what actually happened with that? Did you have to still pay the fee? I got confused with that. That went to tribunal, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. Yeah, that was a absolute
That was
nightmare when it all rained.
Yeah. Let's have a look here. Luke's question: who is your player who surprised you? Lanzini. Lanzini for me.
But
who's your...
I've been impressed. Well, a lot of people knock him, but Ben Johnson for me.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, I think there's a lot of talent there. I've always said it, and I think he's a really good defender. I just think he needs to work on what he does when he goes forward a bit. I mean, that's the only thing that's just lacking with him for me. But he's getting there. I mean, he can only get better at that. But for a young lad, I think his defending is very mature.
It may surprise it because I know the talent's there. Is actually Ben Rama. I knew that the talent was there, but I didn't expect him to hit the ground running. I know the talent was there, but obviously comparing to last season to this, and I think getting that goal on the opening day at Newcastle just really kicked him into life. Do you know? And he has surprised me, and it just proves how much we've missed him. And I think he could be coming home shortly. I think they have to win their last game, don't they?
They got to win their last game to get through now, mate. And they've struggled. They haven't looked great, have they? And I mean, they've got some top quality players, but how does Faguli get in front of Ben Rama?
Yeah. I know. Is he their captain though? I think, isn't he?
Oh,
I think he might be the captain.
Yeah, but there.
We've got some other questions here, but Dylan's obviously answered that. It's still ongoing with the Solo case. We're in the wrong and should be paying the 15 million. The board has reassured us they've put 15 million aside if they lose the case. Oh wow, okay. We'll move on to James's question. Is criticism of players a bad thing? Do you mean by fans, James, or from the manager? Sorry, I should have probably asked that. In my opinion, I think if the manager comes out and says it, like if I didn't really watch because I was a bit frustrated after David Moyes' interview. Did he really criticise us that much on Sunday? He sort of done the blame carpet, didn't he? I know he mentioned the fixtures, but that's
he blamed the fixtures, and I think that took it away from the players a little bit, didn't it? Which his comments weren't great afterwards, but he didn't roast them, did he? So I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing to point out the things that are done wrong. These guys are getting paid a lot of money to play the game, and the fans are paying a lot of money to go and watch them. So, I mean, they've got to take a bit of criticism. It's got to be part of it.
That's what James is saying from the fans.
They need the praise when it's deserved and criticism where it's deserved. And there's a balance, and you've got to get it right.
I think the one thing what I will say is in the stadium, I don't sort of agree with it. At full time, I do. But when you've still got a chance, like in that Leeds game, we didn't play well and we still had a chance. And to be honest, I've probably walked out of the stadium probably 4 times. And that was when we were getting battered. When I remember the first season when we moved in there like 4 or 5-0. The Man City FA Cup, I walked out. I have walked out, but you sort of saw it, Mike. As soon as that third goal went in, some people were even leaving then, didn't they? In the start, I really don't get it.
I remember a game at Upton Park, we playing Leeds. It's going back a few years. At 4-0 down at half time.
Yeah.
And like me, I travelled 2 hours to get up there on the train. You know what I mean? I'm not going to turn around and disappear at half time. No way. So I'm sat there, and we scored another one. We scored another one. We got back to 4-3 in the end, and we hit the post at the end, and people started coming back in. You've got to stick behind your team, haven't you? I know, through thick and thin.
Yeah. No, I understand. I really do understand people's frustrations on that. What do you make of this then today? Obviously, Lingard's now been linked with
3.5,
3.5 million, but they don't want to sell to a rival. Is that respect to us, or do you reckon they're just being very picky?
Could be respect to us in a way. If they don't want to let them go to us, I mean, they got to be worried about us, haven't they? And you can understand that. You'd also
in your opinion, do you think he's still going to sign for us this window?
I think we've still got a chance.
Yeah.
I really do. I think he wants to come. He's still got his flat, hasn't he, in Stratford? Yeah. I mean, I still think that there's a glimmer. I'm not saying it's a big hope, but I still think we've got a chance.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat, let us know as well. Is Jesse Lingard going to be a West Ham player once the window shuts? Is it next Monday it shuts? Isn't it? Not this Monday, the Monday after, I think.
Monday after, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, happy Hammerette. Hope you're doing okay. That was answering the questions on that. He reckons he'll sign a new contract at Man United. Oh, we'll have to see on that.
I'll be shocked.
This is your life with Mike. How many years were you living there? You might be related to Dylan, Mike.
I was only a kid, mate. I was about 3 when I left there.
Oh well, here we go. Maybe he's going to do his homework and then come. Dylan's uncle or something.
I can't remember the hospital I was born in, but my mum's still alive. I'll ask her. My grandparents used to have pubs, you see, and
really,
we moved around a lot, and we moved around all over the place, mate. When I was a kid, but they're originally from Wales.
Oh wow, okay. How did you end up in Somerset then?
Because my dad's from Somerset, that's why.
Right, okay, got you. Yeah. Wow, okay. Sorry, 1 second.
And they got a pub in Somerset as well, so they had one there as well.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I might have to come and have a look at that. Like I said, I'm going to come and visit soon anyway. Let's have a look here. Luke's. What about this? Should we have kept Faguli?
I'll tell you what, mate. He hasn't done that bad, has he? Really? I mean, I never really slagged him off when we had him. I didn't think he was that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember. He obviously got a crucial goal when we played Palace. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. Let's have a look here.
I mean, we had a lot of poor players about that time.
Yeah. I've got a question for. We'll put that in. I just couldn't believe when I was seeing a month.
I know. Well, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
I know. Yeah, John in the chat. I hope you're doing well, mate. I heard Jesse prefers London. End of the day. Yeah, I don't believe. I thought this is a question what I wanted to ask you, Mike. Do you think the leaks, because the leaks have stopped? Obviously, Moyes has stopped that. I said that at the start. I think no news is good news. What about you?
Brilliant. I mean, we always moaned about Gold and Sullivan spouting off. They've kept the trap shut recently. If Rob Newman hadn't come there to do nothing, mate. He's working behind the scenes, and he is finding people, and things are going on. I'm pretty sure about it. But hey, you know what we're like. We're always bloody slow, aren't we? I mean, it'd be the 31st of January again. I joked that at the beginning, but if we're keeping things quiet, because like I said earlier, in January, Newcastle are going to jump straight on whoever we're going to want. They're going to try and gazump us every time. So keep it quiet. Yeah. And if it happens, it happens. Great. If it doesn't, I'll be disappointed. Very.
Dylan said you'll always be welcome in Cardiff as long as you don't support Swansea.
Don't worry about that, mate. No, that ain't happening.
Mr. Cox is saying I would struggle with proper cider. Do you reckon I will, Mike?
Oh, we got some proper. You got to come and wink at him, mate. Richard know the pub. There's one just up the road from me here, mate. There's a proper cider house.
Wow.
It is. Oh,
I'll have to.
You don't want no more than about 3 pints of that, mate. Honestly.
Is it well without the trains? Though I was going to say
proper scrumpy, mate. Yeah.
I probably won't. I'll probably want to get the train back, but with your luck with trains, I probably don't. I have to just put the extra day off work, I think. Dylan, Felipe Anderson is at Lazio and actually playing quite well, to be perfectly honest. Let's have a look. Luke, would you be happy if they sign 4 or 5 under 21s and no first teamers in January with a look to the future? Right.
You know, I want us to buy young players. You know, I haven't got a problem with that. You know, I don't want us to go back to the Zabaleta signings. You know what I mean? We had, although not knocking Zabaleta because he probably was one of the better older player signings we had, but going back to, you know, signing older players who got, you know, are just flipping there for a pay packet for a couple of years. No, I want younger players, but we need someone that's going to hit the ground running. You know, someone like a Lingard, you know, in that mode as well.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think we need Premier League experience, and it's so hard. It's so hard to pick them. But there's one player, Mike, who obviously we've been linked with. I've seen quite a bit of it. He's obviously going to be playing tonight for Blackburn. Is Diaz, and 1 second. I've just realised that's still there. 1 second.
Apparently, Moyes likes him.
Yeah, he really does. So let me just zoom in a bit. So obviously he's played 28 times for Blackburn, just 20 goals. But the thing, I know obviously he's putting the ball in the net. 1 assist for a striker. That's quite low, isn't it? Considering the amount of games he's played, though. Does that concern you?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not great, is it? I mean, Armstrong, you know, obviously Armstrong was at Blackburn last year, wasn't he? And he ended up going to Southampton, and you know, he was banging goals in galore, wasn't he, for Blackburn? He had a hell of a run, but then it dried up, and he's not really done a lot for Southampton this year. So and if you're talking about strikers, that would be one I would go for. Is the guy at Southampton, the Chelsea lad?
Oh, I know, he's good, isn't he? Brojan, yeah.
He looks a shoe-in for a replacement for Antonio. He really does.
Oh, young Jake, evening my favourites. That's very nice. That's very nice of you, Jake. That's very nice of you. Yeah, if we're going to get top 4, we need 3. So that's the question in the chat.
I agree with James.
Is what 3 players would you go and get? So everyone in the chat, put them in there. If you were David Moyes, if you could, obviously realistic budget.
Being realistic, I'd say that, you know, play a striker in the mould of that, Roger. A centre half, definitely, because we got to get a centre half, but with Premier League experience in the mould of maybe Phillips, you know, and Lingard. For me, that would be 3 great signings. I know we're talking about this other guy at the moment. We're another midfielder.
Yeah, I sort of agree here what James is saying as well. Diaz is a risk. Before then, he didn't. What was he, 1,000 to 1 or something to get 20 goals in the whole season? And he's already done it. So he's not really consistent. Like to be fair, Armstrong was. I think he went 3 or 4 seasons scoring at double figures. And look at him now in the Premier League. He's struggling.
But he had a little dry spell when he was at Blackburn as well. He was banging them in for a while, and then you know, it just dried up.
Yeah. That's what John's saying. People get angry when there is no rumours. I'd rather people get angry than players' rumours getting dropped out.
But I know what John means. Yeah. People get angry because we're not hearing anything, but the proof is in the pudding at the end, isn't it? And we all know it's going to happen in the last few. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen in the last few days. It always does.
Yeah. No, definitely. Let's have a look at Ken. Ken, hope you're doing well, mate. Carvalho from Fulham, who's a must. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that. I'm worried about him being a 1 season. Adebayo, the one from Luton. My mate's a Luton season ticket holder. He says he said he's absolutely outstanding. He says his movement and he sort of said it because he sort of watches a bit of West Ham because obviously we talk about, and he says he is like a young Antonio. He is, and I think Luton are not. I think they're around mid-table at the minute, so they're up and down. Obviously, they got their result against Bournemouth the weekend. I think he could do a job for us, Mike. I really do think he could do a job.
Yeah, I don't know that much about him, but I do know a Luton fan as well, funny enough, and he does rave about him.
Yeah, definitely. Let's have a look in here. Luke saying no point in signings if Moyes isn't going to play them. Does Diaz get in the first team? Not sure. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Luke. I don't think he would be pushing Antonio. To be honest, I really don't.
Yeah, no, he's right. Luke's right. It needs to be someone that's going to make Antonio think, my place isn't guaranteed anymore.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's have a look here. John's agreeing. Carvalho from Fulham looks good. Maybe one for the future. Yeah, I agree. Jay Woods, Belotti would be a steal. Yeah, if we could, I know he's available on a free. I'd pay his contract up now and then just get him in. I think he would be a different option. Hungry, he knows where the goal is, and obviously European Cup winner. Well, what do they call that? What do they call the Euros? Is it European? Like the cup what's it called? Because obviously World Cup win. I'll just say Euro winner. Yeah. Euro winner. There we go.
Euro winner. Yeah.
Euro winner. Kent
European
saying
Championship.
Yeah, but that sounds like Champions League, doesn't it? But yeah, I know what you mean.
It does.
Yeah. Kent saying Lingard, Lloyd Kelly, and Carvalho or Adebayo. Yeah, good shout. Jake, very realistic. Messi or Haaland, two will do. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, why not, Jake?
Yeah, no, I agree, James. I understand where people are frustrating. Obviously, what is it, day 19 now?
Yeah.
But not many other clubs have done business yet because of COVID as well. Everyone's very reluctant to sell, and I think it would be like
always the same. Not much gets done in early January. If you look at it over the years since this has been happening, so much happens in the last 3 days. It's unbelievable. I just don't know why. Why can't they get on and get it done? But it's just how it always happens.
Yeah, no, definitely. Luke Legend, Fulham are flying, so they'll charge a lot for their players. Yeah, and Anthony Robinson as well. Yeah, he scored again yesterday, didn't he? And another one who we'll link with, but like you said, if he comes up, I can't see him leaving. Dylan, we've got an in the know. We've got a champ. No disrespect, we've got a person who's probably seen him more than what we have.
Yeah,
when I've watched the app, it didn't impress me. People like Ollie Watkins used to create own goals at Brentford. Yeah, a lot of tap-ins. And I think he's had a couple of penalties as well, Dylan, as well. So that sort of puts the stats up.
Yeah.
But do you think, Mike, with obviously Danny Ings, obviously his stature, his presence, obviously Gerrard will play him. Could you maybe see us maybe trying to get Watkins from Villa in the summer if he's not playing ahead of Ings?
Yeah.
Do you reckon Villa might sell him?
He's still playing at the moment, isn't he? And I think Gerrard's sooner or later he's going to have to make his mind up. He might switch and swatch him about, but I mean, yeah, I like Watkins. He's local. He played around here. He played for Western-super-Mare when he was a young lad, and obviously Exeter as well. And I mean, he's, so I've seen bits and lots of bits and pieces of him when he was younger, and I'm really glad he made it. But I'd love to see him in a West Ham shirt. I think he'd be a great addition.
Kent called it, and me and Kent called it a couple of years ago. So, I think even when he was before he moved to Villa, I think, or whatever it was, we said we missed out on him.
He's at Exeter, Brentford, wasn't he? Sorry, Exeter, Brentford, yeah.
I like the look of Belotti and a nasty piece of. Yeah, I think if you think about our team, like a few years ago, obviously we had like someone like Rebka, Nolan. Yeah. We don't really have any aggressive. Soufal, you could probably say it.
A little bit, but then
a little bit.
Replicas, are they? Or we had a lot of tough players, didn't we? Go back, go back a long way. We had a lot of tough players, but people like Lucas Neal and that, then you had a tackle. Even Arnie, I suppose he was, he was a, he was a get at him player, wasn't he? He didn't take no crap, did he?
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's have a look here. Adebayo is great. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. Brozier from Chelsea, 20 million, 20 years old, but one for the future. If we could get him for 20 mil.
I like the look of him. I really do. I think he's got something about him.
Didn't like him when he fell over like a sack of crap when we played him on Boxing Day, but
yeah.
But he ran us ragged though, didn't he, that day?
Oh, when he came on, when I went to that game, obviously Southampton away, he came on, didn't he, for a while, and he caused us all sorts. No, was he the one that broke in the first half and should have scored really? But he ripped us to pieces on 2 or 3 occasions.
Yeah, no, definitely. Luton's first team is crap. I won't tell Dylan. I won't say that to my mate tomorrow, Dylan, at work. I won't say that. Yeah. Keane, Lewis, Potter, and Brendan Johnson for me, both at
Johnson,
class.
yeah, the Notts Forest lad, yeah.
Yeah, no. But what about Graben? He's been around for donkey's years. Who got the winner against
Oh,
Arsenal,
he's getting on
isn't
a bit now, isn't he? Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Yeah,
Knows where the back of the
definitely.
net is, huh?
Yeah, no, definitely. Ex-employee. So yesterday, there's a deal to be done for Hoyset, but Moyes has the
How is it? Yeah.
final say.
Yeah, but only
I
seen little
can't.
bits of him playing for, Czech Republic.
Yeah, Nicky said today. I didn't realise that he's actually injured. He's out till March as well.
Is
So
he?
it probably
Oh,
yeah.
well.
So the only thing I can see is maybe an fee being agreed, and then we loan him
Yeah.
back for the rest of the season or something. Maybe.
Yeah, especially if he's injured now, we need someone, like I said earlier, at the ground running, don't we, really?
Yeah. Let's have a look. I've got a couple of decent players. Oh, Gary, hope you're doing well, Gary. Evening. What are your thoughts if we don't get anyone in? Should we? Gary, yeah, I don't want to turn like I said, transfers. He's. I'm not going to sit here and slag anyone off until the window's shut. But I agree. If something comes in, I think something will be done. But there's still, as Jim White, I don't really like the guy, but he says a transfer can be done within 2 hours. As long as you got that
Yeah.
paperwork in, a deal can be done. So definitely for me. Let's have a look. Yeah, Borrell at Forest as well. Good centre half. Yeah, he played well. Kent. I'd sign Watkins in a heartbeat. Can play well on the front kind. Gives you option. Yeah, he does work his nuts off, and his stamina. He doesn't look tired.
No, he's a real worker. He is. Yeah.
And obviously Ben Rama. Ben Rama knows how he plays, and Ben Rama. So that connection again
Brentford.
could come good.
Yeah.
This one for it. How much money have we got to spend in January? How much do you reckon we're going to spend, Mike?
I reckon we've got to have at least 20, 25 million, surely. I mean,
still got the money from Haller.
Yeah, exactly. And the Czech guy, surely he's got a wad, and surely some of that's got to be spent on transfers. I mean,
yeah,
there's no point in him coming in if we're not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think we've got to have 25 million. Yeah, definitely.
I reckon 40. I reckon we're going to get two decent players in, and Lingard very cheap. So I reckon between 20 and 15 million on a couple of players, and then Lingard as well. Yeah, I agree with what John's saying. Newcastle are inflating the market as soon as they offer. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You can always rely on a West Ham player to put in a tackle. Definitely. Yeah. Thanks for confirming with me. Isaac is injured.
Yeah.
Question from James: do you think Moyes is being too stubborn in this window with his targets?
Yeah, but we do know that he wants a player. If he wants a player, he will go for it, or he'll ask the board to go for it. He won't sign a player for the sake of signing a player.
Yeah.
He won't just sign a striker just to say that we got another striker. I know we jokingly said about Andy Carroll. You know what I mean? Joking aside, though, if he's on £1,000 a week, and you'd only bring him on as a sub, wouldn't you, in the last 10 minutes? But if he come on and scored 2 goals, I mean, it'd be a whole lot cheaper than the money to spend out on Yarmolenko every flipping week.
Yeah. I don't think Moyes is being too stubborn. I just sort of agree. I think clubs, you may, like what you said with the Newcastle inflation, or because of COVID. I think this is what makes you laugh, though, Mike. They reckon they're going to change the COVID rules after this weekend. That you've got to play the games now. Why can you just keeps changing these rules halfway through a season?
It's an absolute joke. But I don't know about you, but I just flash my phone, the people that is asking you, oh, you got your COVID pass, blah blah blah. And that could have been anything on that phone.
I
know. I just walked in. But joking aside, the club, so we shouldn't be looking at people like, free transfers and Andy Carrolls. We should be looking at better players than that. We got to be looking at people with experience in either good level European football or Premier League, or up and coming Championship player.
For me, it's Anthony Martial, mate. If we can get him through the door, I think he would. We've said it a few weeks ago. I know everyone says his attitude and whatever, but I think if Moyes could really get a job for him.
First West Ham game.
Go on.
1970 at Southampton with Jeff. We won 2-0. Jeff Hurst scored. Bobby Moore played, but Martin Peters didn't. I was upset because I was only a young kid and went with my dad and my uncle. And long time ago. And that's how I become a West Ham fan, mate.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah. My first West Ham game was, I think, in the season we got relegated from the Premier League, and it was West Brom at home, and we lost 1-0. That was my first game in 2003, I think. It was 2002, 2003 season, when I was 11. I went.
First game at Upton Park was against Leicester City, and Gary Lineker was playing. So that's how long ago that was.
Yeah. Chef is in the building. Are you working today, Chef, or are you chilling at home? Let us know. Scott saying hello to you, Mike, as well. Right, Dylan saying Joe Worrell is really poor defender, 100% not Premier League standard. Simon as well. We've got Scott and Simon, the two S's. Shout out to Sherport. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Simon. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Kent saying, I honestly think we could have 40 and 50 million to spend, but Moyes.
I hope so. I really do, Kent. I hope it's around that figure, but it's got to be at least 25 to 30 million. It's got to be.
Gary said apparently 100 million plus more in the summer, and the new bloke wants the club in the Champions League. Good. That's what we deserve to be.
Well, that's what I do, Gary.
Yeah, that's great. Kent saying I'd rather have Carroll than Yarmo on £1,000 a week.
Yeah. No, I'm not joking. I mean, flipping out. You've seen a couple of goals that he scored lately. Oh, okay, they were in the Championship, and he got 2 chalked off for being offside. But he ain't going to run around from no more than 10 or 15 minutes. And he ain't going to run around anyway. Full stop, is he?
Yeah. Rather have a better striker than Carroll. I think out of all the centre backs, Kelly from Bournemouth should be your man. Yeah, I agree. He can fit in that left centre back position. Obviously, captain as well, so he's got that leadership experience, which we've sort of missed, haven't we? He don't seem like the vocalist, but Oggie's very vocal as well, isn't he, Mike, on the pitch?
You can always hear Oggie out there.
Yeah, no, definitely. The rumour with Newcastle. Yeah, I don't know, Bobby. I really don't know what to believe at the minute. Like, I think Newcastle's been the same as us, being linked with everyone as well.
So they will be,
Yeah, let's have a look. Kent with his knowledge. Jason Robert scored that goal. Yeah, I remember Kent. I remember that. I'll give him 1k and a 10 grand goal. Right, here we go, Mike. This is a question for you then. Why wait for some more? What's been your goal of the season so far this season?
Oh, there's been a couple of good ones.
Yeah.
The goal I most enjoyed.
Yeah.
That was the flukiest goal you'd ever seen.
Oh, Arthur's.
Just for the fact that it was against Chelsea. It was a winner, and it was a pure fluke.
Take care, James. See you later.
See you later, James.
Yeah. Yeah, Masuaku. Yeah, that's a good one.
Something about that goal. I mean, Arthur gets all the stick under the sun, but he does deserve a lot of it. But that day, well, we all know it was a cross, but to catch Mendy out like that was just, I just thought it was hilarious.
I admit that one, but I agree with what Kent and Richard are saying. Lanzini at Palace.
Lanzini was, a great goal.
Yeah. Mate, I've never heard a crossbar noise that loud when that went in. We were all the way at the other end. It was so loud as well.
Lanzini's was the best technical goal for sure.
Yeah. A second one. Do you know what? It'll probably have to be Antonio's at Newcastle on the opening day when he won the ball back and he proper smashed it through it. Obviously, Ben Rama in the away to Vienna.
Ben Rama when he went by 2 players and that was 2 or 3 players at least, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a good goal. Yeah.
Well, I've got a spoiler for all 18 people viewing the chat, and obviously Mike as well. I've sort of got the inspiration from Russ as well, but it's like Tenable, so I've got my own version of it. and I've got some good subjects coming up, so I'll be getting some guests on. But it is a competition, but you're going to be working as a team, so I'll get 2 or 3 of you on, and we'll just see how many you get right, and then obviously you play. So it'll be 2 on each team, and then you play against that, and then the winners will go through. So it's going to be like a knockout.
Yeah.
So that's it. I've been working on it as we speak. So I'll put you on the spot. It will be like who was in the starting 11 from the opening game of the season in 2001 to 2002 season. And you've got to try and name all 10. Just that as an argument's sake.
Yeah, as argument's sake.
Yeah, no. So that would be that'd be good. I'm off. Yeah, no, no worries, Dylan. Take care, mate.
Yeah, Dylan.
Take care. Oh, Richard saying Somerset versus the rest. Okay, we'll have to put that up
there. There you go.
That I suppose you could get your boys then, Mike, couldn't you? Really?
Oh, good, well. Yeah, but one of them lives in London anyway. Lives in Bow anyway. So.
Yeah, so that's what's coming up. It's like tenable. I've been working on it. I've been working on it actually today when I was in a meeting. That proves how good my meeting was today. Just working on it in the background, and it really does look good. So yeah, it'll be like starting 11. So like the 10 outfield players, highest number of. I know Russ has sort of done it. What's it called? Like bookings and certain stats, like most assists. So definitely keep people. Definitely keep people.
Times someone's been subbed on, or I've seen it. It's good. Yeah.
See, Kent, I know you don't show your face, mate, but you need to just be like. I think it should just be Kent versus the rest. I think, shouldn't it?
Oh yeah, he could take us all on, couldn't he?
I love Kent. Love Kent. Thanks for the shout out the other day, Kent, as well, mate. It really does mean a lot. Yeah, Liverpool away, the Canio dink penalty. Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, football starting, Mike. I know we've got 16 people in the chat. Unless anyone has got any questions for us, I think we'll call it a day because there's 2 decent games on. Obviously, we've got Bournemouth, Brentford, Man United, and Leicester, Tottenham.
Yeah,
and Leicester, Tottenham as well.
I like watching Tottenham when they're losing. If they're winning, I'll just turn over.
Yeah, same here. John Monk. You have to tune in, Luke.
Winning, I turn over.
You have to tune in, Luke. John Monker's got to be no comment. But no, I've got some good ones. Obviously, mix it up a bit. Obviously, I'll do. You probably know. Kent probably know it off the top of their head, like the starting 11 in the FA Cup. But
1975, I can name that team.
No, but the good thing is, I say the good thing, what makes it challenging, when you work as a team, you're not allowed to confer. So if someone else doesn't know it and they've got to guess, you've only got one life, so you're out. So it could be so it's not as easy as what working as a team. You'll be both given the answer, and I will be putting that in definitely. But yeah. Oh, okay. This is a good question from Gary before we go. Now that they're going to square off the other stand, what else would you like to be done in the stadium, Mike?
Well, I'd like to see both sides brought up to the right up to the edge of the pitch. That would be great if they could do that. I know that's a bit pie in the sky at the moment, but I'd love to see that.
See, to be honest, Mike, I know we're so far away, but we can still see everything, can't we? I
think we've got a pretty good view from where we are, mate. Really, to be totally honest.
Everyone takes the mick, but we've actually got a good view. I prefer it from the side because when you're sitting there you struggle to see everything. I think
when you're on the side, you'd like this turning your head all the time, but we can keep our head just in one position, looking straight down the pitch. Yeah. And it's great when they score goals down our end. I know when they score up the other end, it's a little way away, but I can still see it, even at my age, with my old bins. So, I know I've got to have my glasses on to see it. But joking aside, I mean, you get a decent view from there. And I think if you lower down, and I have been down in that bottom bit, and you're looking through the goal, you ain't got a great view there.
Yeah, because when I had to move for the Leeds game, I didn't like it. Because like where we are, obviously we've got the bar and we can stand up and all that. But when you move to another area, you don't know what you can and can't do.
No, I had to move. Obviously, when I was lucky enough to get in when only the 10,000 was allowed in.
Yeah.
So I mean, we went round the side there, and might have been a bit closer to the pitch, but I don't know. I just like it where we are, mate.
Yeah. Kent makes a very good point. I didn't think of it. I always compare our view to Newcastle. It ain't that bad at us. Yeah, no, Newcastle's is a joke.
Long way away. Mind you, I was quite high up at Man City.
Oh, you was in the top tier, weren't you? Yeah.
Right up in the top, yeah.
Could you see much?
It's not a bad view, but it's, you know.
Because you're more like that, aren't you? You're like that. Yeah.
Honestly, mate. It is, you know. I mean, if you're, you know, getting on a bit and you've got a job to get, I know I've got a, you know, artificial knee and all that, but I mean, it's you know, it's not great going up them steps.
Yeah, no, definitely. So that's it, Mike. Thanks for jumping on, mate. I've really enjoyed that. Like you said, well, I just wanted to do something. But to be honest, I've been sitting here bored and just, I think on random nights, we'll just get a few people on. Like when there's nothing to do, a little QA, obviously good interaction with the chat. It really does mean a lot. Mate. And me and Mike, just an exclusive. Kent's put it on his Facebook page. You've seen it on Twitter. Tomorrow, me and Mike are back with Strikers Under Gold and Sullivan, which include Zaza, Colette, and Caleri is one of the two strikers who we're going to talk about tomorrow, Mike. So you bet you can't wait for that.
Can't wait for that, mate. No.
Yeah. No. Thanks for. Yeah. Thanks to everyone in the chat. If you are new around here and you like what we're doing, Mike's a regular contributor to the channel. It means a lot. Everyone else in the chat. Take care, everyone, and see you back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Take care, everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.